Happy Crafternoon, everyone. I'm Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you joining us from all around the world today. It's a little bit of a different day than we usually go live, but that's because we have a very special guest who is able to join us today. And you're going to love her as much as I do. Her name is Meghann Andrew, and she is an amazing card designer and an amazing person, and we're going to have a lot of fun today. So I met Meghann many years ago when I first started doing the Scrapbook and Cards Today events, and lots of you have done those SCT card making events. So you know Meghann too, but for those of you who don't know her, she is a talented card maker and scrapbooker. She's like a scrapbooking queen, and she makes some of the most beautiful cards. Now you may have seen some of her videos because we post them in our Facebook group. She's been doing some of our monthly monthly kit releases, and she's just an all-around amazing person. You're going to love her. But before we bring Meghann in today, let's just say a quick hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Hello, 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 everybody.
How are you doing today?
I am better than horrible. So what do we call this? Wednesday Friends Day.
That's great. I love that.
All right.
I love that. Wednesday Friends Day, yes. And Meghann is such a good friend, so that's this will be the first official Wednesday Friends Day.
Yes.
I love that.
Glad you're all here with us.
And I have to just do a quick apology to Kathy Zilski. I did not know she had an unboxing video going on today. So if you're coming over from Kathy's video, if you missed any of it, make sure you go back and watch her video, because Simon Says Stamp just released an amazing kit today. I was watching Heidi this morning release it. It is just beautiful. And then Kathy does kind of an unboxing and a whole bunch of different cards. She usually posts a premiere video afterwards, but I didn't realize it would go so long. So Kathy, I apologize if you watch this on replay or if you come in later. I never want to go over anybody else's regularly scheduled time. So if you're coming in from Kathy's video or Simon's video, welcome everybody. It is great to have you here. Well, today Meghann and I are going to be doing some masculine card projects, and we're going to be using our brand new card kit. So let's not wait any longer. Let's bring in the amazing, the talented Meghann Andrew. Hey, Meghann.
Hi, Gina. I don't know if I could smile any bigger.
Yeah, it is so great to have you here.
It is so great to be here for the first Friends Day Wednesday. I love
Yes,
that.
yes, you are the you're christening this event, I guess.
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
Where's the champagne? Where is it?
I know, right? That's the one thing missing. All I have is apple juice here for my diabetes.
Oh. We'll have to
Well,
go with that.
yes, we'll go with that. Well, it's great to have you here. Now, Meghann, you just put up a video last night, right?
I did. I used the 3D embossing folder from the Floral Fix kit. It's an amazing product and it creates such a gorgeous card. And so I just shared a few of my tips and tricks for lining up that stencil and getting a really great result. And it's so easy to use, which I love.
Well, it's absolutely gorgeous. When I saw the card posted in our Facebook group and the video, if you haven't seen that video, in the description right here on YouTube, I linked Meghann's channel. So you can just drop down the little, there's like a little tab that says more on YouTube, and you'll see Meghann's link to her YouTube channel. Head over to her channel after our video today and watch her latest video. Her card is absolutely stunning. And then subscribe
Thank
to her
you.
channel too, because there's a lot of goodness over there.
Thank you so much. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Yeah, and I have more coming this week too. I'm going to go live on Friday with your kit again. So
Oh, that's awesome.
lots to come.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to see what you make. And then if you're watching on
Thanks.
Facebook, welcome to all our Facebook participants too. Meghann did share this video in our Facebook group at Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. So you can always check it out over there if you don't do YouTube. Okay.
Yes,
So what are we doing
absolutely.
today, Meg?
Well, I think we should make some masculine cards because we always need them, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Well,
it's kind of the one thing that people always tell. I don't know about you, but I hear it all the time. Make more masculine cards. So
I
I
hear
think we
that all
should
the
do that.
time too.
Yeah.
And, I do so many floral cards all the time. I'm always saying to Tom, which flower is more masculine? And he's like, and it's not that men don't love flowers. I mean, some of the
True.
gardeners in my neighborhood are the men in the family, and they're out there making their flowers look beautiful. So I don't
Absolutely.
necessarily want to peg flowers or what we're doing today as masculine or feminine. But for
True.
those more traditional guys that just feel good, they feel better about a screwdriver than they do about a tulip.
Yes.
we we created a really fun stamp set that is part of the new Floral Fix kit. So
Yes.
I'm gonna have Tom just go to the overhead so he can so I can show everybody what this is here. This is the new floral. This is from the new Floral Fix kit, and it's called Mr. Fix It. Now, for those of you that have a Miss Fix It in your family, you certainly can use these greetings. You may not be able to use these particular parts of it, but you can always use Being With You Fixes Everything, the Happy Birthday, and We've Built a Great Life Together. And you can also sub in another stamp from another collection if you've got a stamp that says sister, mom, friend, any of that. And you can always use when it comes to being a great, sub in whatever you want. You nailed it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be for guys, but for those of you that are looking for those stamp sets that are good for that, this is a great one. So Meg, what are we
Yeah.
going to focus on today? We talked a little
So
bit about it.
yes, so I would love us to show how we can use this set along with Master Layouts 14 and 15. And I know a lot of people have them because of the postage, and it's really popular, right? So I thought we could do that.
Absolutely. So we're going to focus on postage. Well, I think if you're going to do Master Layouts 14, I'm going to do Master Layouts 11. And that's the one
Okay.
with the 4-up postage
Oh,
thing here.
yes.
So this
Yes.
way we'll give people lots of different postage ideas, and maybe if they don't have the one you're using, they might have the one I'm using, and vice versa.
Right.
And then, of
Right.
course, if you don't have these postage dies, you can still create your own grid using a ruler, or maybe you have a postage die set from another company, and you can translate these ideas into whatever you have in your collection, right?
Absolutely. And I do actually have some inspiration to share at the end with Master Layouts 15, which is the 3-panel postage.
Oh, yes,
So,
yes, yes. I
yeah,
have
I
that
love
one
that one.
too. I have that one.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
love
show
that
them.
one.
That's this one right here. It's got the
Uh-huh,
3 up
yes.
postage stamps. And it's also got some single ones here too, which are bigger than the single ones in this set. So lots of
Right. I
variety
love
for
that one.
postage. I love this
Yeah,
one
yeah.
too. Yeah, it's
It's
really
good.
cute. And I like the idea that it's 3 because, like Kathy Zilski always says, you know, the odd numbers are more
Absolutely.
appealing, right, to the eye than the
Yes.
even numbers. Although, I have to
sure
say,
are.
a 4 up is great too.
Yeah,
So,
do you know why? Do you know why the odd numbers are better than even numbers?
no.
It has to do with mathematics and Fibonacci. It's really complicated, and don't ask me to explain it. But if you look up Fibonacci, and that's the reason why that our brains like 3s and 5s more than anything. Isn't that funny?
Interesting. Yeah, that's
I know.
really interesting. Yeah, I love that.
Just a little tip.
I,
Random.
I just think somebody's going to have to tell me how to spell Fibonacci. That's what I think.
Yeah, don't ask me to do that either. Don't ask me to do that either.
All right. Well, while you get started and you show what
Yes.
you're going to do, I'm actually going to
Okay.
take this die and I'm going to cut it out with my Intracut. So I'll just be doing that on the side here and I'm going to let you have the stage.
Okay, sounds great. So I already cut out my postage using Master Layouts 14, which is this one. It has so many great pieces in it. I really love that you have the postage section and then you have that frame that can go outside of it. And we're going to be using that today too. But you also have these big strips here. So you can put that as a vertical strip on your card, or you could do a sentiment strip that goes all the way across your card. I love this one. It is so versatile. I use this frame all of the time. But to mask off, I'm using Masking Magic, and I realized I didn't have any strips. So all I did was I used my sheet and cut it into 1/4 inches. And when you do that, you want to make sure that you're cutting it so that that cut line on the backing is in the middle, so that it's easy to peel those off.
That's a
So
good
if
tip.
if you ever realize you're out of strips, then grab your sheets and just cut them off that way. And so I'm going to lay these out on here.
That's a great tip. All right, I've got mine, but I got to poke out all my little holes here. So I'm going to do that.
I know a tool that's really good for that.
Yes.
I have mine right here. It can also save you in a dark alley, right?
Right, that's what Christopher Allen says. He doesn't go anywhere without his pick and stick. He calls it the stabby tool.
The stabby tool.
The stabby
yes,
tool.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't know how you would feel about that. But
I'm
yes,
fine with it. I think
you're fine with it.
We always have to protect ourselves no matter what.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Do you know what I love about Masking Magic is that it's just see-through enough so that you can see that you're getting it straight on here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that I noticed when I was testing this out was that if you kind of get the holes on either side of your Masking Magic even, then that kind of tells you that you have that straight. Same with on the left side here. If you have the same amount of hole showing on the right side of your Masking Magic, then you kind of know that you have a straight line there.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
It's a really great tip.
Because it's so disappointing when you get done with your blending and realize that it's completely crooked, right?
Right. Exactly.
But we've all done it before.
We've all done it before, for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, with this master layout set that I'm using, you can actually make a stencil out of this this die that's in the set too. So you could kind of create your own stencil.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
And this way, you could lay that on top of this and line it up. But again, like Meghann just said, the Masking Magic strips, see, I can't see through that cardstock. So I don't know if I'm straight on there or not. I guess I could hold it up to the light. But
your lights, yeah.
I think the best way to make a stencil would be to use some vellum instead of a piece of cardstock. But I'm not going to use this today as a stencil. I'm actually going to use these 4, and I'm going to make like little frames that are going to go inside here. So I think it'll work what I'm doing.
That's a good idea. I just saw Rose asked something that I was just about to bring up. That yes, Rose, I am using the new stamp and grip mat that just got released last night, and I love it. And you can just put it straight into your MISTI and do this entire card without moving anything. So I'm going to blend on it and then stamp on it too, and it's going to hold it in place. It's really great tool.
I like that new grip mat.
I love the pattern. I'm going to share a card at the end that has the houndstooth because I love houndstooth. I think it's a great pattern.
And if you haven't seen what that pattern looks like, this is what the two patterns look like. There's kind of this cool triangle pattern, but then of course the houndstooth, which Meghann just mentioned. This is so good for a lot of those background pattern papers that we've been doing together here. And I don't know, it's just such a nice, subtle, gives texture. And I love anything that just gives a light texture. It looks so dramatic in black, you know?
Yeah. I did it in navy, and I think it looks gorgeous. And I did it tone on tone with in navy. It is so pretty.
That tone on tone look is great. All
I
right.
agree, especially for background.
So I'm going to use the sticky mat for what I'm doing, and there's a reason for that, and it's because I want to space these out evenly on my card. So I am going to use this piece that I just cut these out of, and I'm just going to lay it onto my sticky mat, just lightly, and then I'm going to put these in, kind of like paper piecing.
That's a great idea.
And then I'm going to pull that grid off and I'll be done with it. I don't even have to pull this off. I could leave that on and do my ink blending and stuff, but I think I want to catch around the edges. So I am going to just pull this piece off, but that's a way to get everything straight. So if you were going to do like a full stencil on top of this or something and you want everything to look proportionate, that's just a nice way to space everything out.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Someone asked if there was a mask for the die, the Master Layouts postage die, and there's a stencil, right?
Yes.
I believe there's a stencil for that one.
There is a stencil, and it's 14 you're using, right?
It is 14, yes.
So this is what the stencil looks like.
Yeah.
Right here, like this.
Yep. Yep. So if you don't have the stencil, this is all you have to do.
Yep.
Just like that. Yep. And then I'm going to use Post-its to just cover up what I don't, want to, the other pieces of the card front so that I can do different colors throughout. And I'm kind of doing a rainbow here because I figured that guy cards don't have to be muted and sad, right? When it comes to colors. They don't have to be sad.
They don't have to be sad.
They don't have to be sad. They can be bright and happy and fun. So we're making a bright card today.
Tom and I were talking about that, Meghann, with masculine cards, and I was using butterflies on a card, and I'm like, well, I mean, that's a bug, right? So it's kind of like, that could be a masculine card, and then we were talking about, like, what are masculine bugs? If you wanted to do, like, butterflies and dragonflies, what would you do, like cockroaches and spiders, or what?
Yeah, gross bugs that we don't want to see. That's the kind of bugs. Grasshopper is one that comes to mind for sure. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My 4-year-old is really into spiders right now. It's not going well in our household because he really wants to find spiders outside and bring them in. So that's not okay.
Rena had a pet spider.
Did she really?
Yeah, and she named him Spidey. Which, I was like, you didn't really give a lot of thought to that, Rena. Like, you didn't put much effort into Spidey. But, she had him in a little jar, like, with holes in it, and she created an environment for him with, leaves and plants and all kinds of things. It was kind of a big jar, but he didn't make it very long.
Okay.
Yeah.
How sad.
Yeah.
How sad. I'm so sad for that spider. Oh, my goodness.
Dung beetles.
What
dung
kind?
Beetles.
Oh my gosh. Is that, I got to do a set of dung beetles?
what guy would appreciate a dung beetle card? That would be to a card you made to someone who you really didn't like.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
could do that.
Flies.
I just use prickly pear, by the way, and I think that this is a color that doesn't get used enough because I think it's a great yellow. I don't know how you feel about prickly pear,
do.
but
I love
it.
prickly pear. It's got a little hint of green to it, which I like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm going to just use a little sea glass, and I'm just going around the perimeter of mine just to kind of create a little variation between these panels and the postage panel that I cut out. If I didn't do anything, it'd be kind of hard to see that these were on here. But by creating a little color around the outside, then they're going to pop a little bit more when I place them on here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So it's a little bit darker on the edges then. Yeah.
Right. And just kind of a mist of color. I'm just using sea glass for mine.
Yeah, I'm using coral reef now because I'm starting with all the warm colors. And that's because sometimes when you're masking off with your Post-its and you switch from, say, coral reef to powder blue, you'll really see that color pick up on the next one.
Yeah.
So I tend to do the warmer colors first, and then I'll change out my Post-its and go back and do the cooler colors after that. Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be careful mixing things like yellows and purples together because you end up getting brown, very muted colors.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. I love doing, adding a hint of sky around any of your floral stencils, right? So I usually will take sea glass or something after I stencil in the flowers and go around them with sea glass. But I always have to kind of mask off those flowers a little bit or else you get some not so nice colors, right?
Right, exactly. Well, I see a question here where somebody just asked, where did you get your ink cube stand? And I'm using the black ink stand, and these are both from the same company, right?
Yeah.
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 So this is from Brianne Loveland's company called the Inkstand Shop. And I do have that ink cube one too. I have it down here.
It's a great one.
I'll just show it real quick. So you can see it's the same kind of thing, and your ink cubes go in here. They also have this in black if you prefer black. So Brianne, if you wouldn't mind, and Brianne is such a rock star, she's always here for us. If you wouldn't mind sharing the link to your ink stands so everybody can see where they are, that would be awesome. Yep,
Yeah,
I
someone
see
asked
it.
me that on my YouTube too. Somebody asked me, what is that magical stand that you're using? I'm like, oh, let me give you the link because it's a great thing.
Well, what I love about it, Meg, pull that stand over a little bit so people can see it.
Yeah.
You see how, like, all of those ink cubes, I mean, look at the top one and the bottom one. They look like the same color.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, you don't know what color you're dipping your brush in. The fact that you can put that lid right next to the color is so helpful when you want to have a lot of your colors open at the same time. So
Absolutely.
it's worth
yeah,
it.
so you don't mix it up for sure. And I still place mine in Roy G. Biv order too, because I find that helps me. So, my red's at the top, then my orange, then my yellow, right?
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
I get that. It's just nice to see it that way, right?
My clothes are in Roy G. Biv order. Would you believe that? They really
Okay,
are.
Meg.
I know. I promise. I'll take a picture of my closet later and send it to you. Seriously, it really helps. It helps me.
Wow. I feel like I need to go home tonight and organize my closet now.
Please don't. I think you have better things to do.
Meg, I am lucky that my clothes are hung up in my closet right now.
Well,
but you are very organized.
Well, I was going to say, I've never seen you not put together and looking fabulous. Even when you've been traveling for a day or teaching for, an 8-hour day, you are poised and ready to go. So
Well, you are very
I aspire
sweet.
to that.
You are very sweet to say that, Meg.
I've seen it for real. All right.
I didn't pay her to say that.
Colors.
I didn't pay
No,
her at
you
all
didn't.
to say
No,
that.
you didn't. No. I'm here
Oh, my
without any
goodness.
payment. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm going to start
right.
stamping my images, and I'm going to use black onyx for mine. Now, one of the cool things about this stamp set, and I think Meghann will agree with this, is a lot of the shading is already built into these images. So you don't
Yes.
have to be like a master colorist in order to make this look like you've got some shading. You can just use
Yes.
straight away red Copic marker or a red colored pencil and just
Yes.
color in there. And everywhere that that red would, you know, kind of hit that shaded area, it's just going to automatically appear a little darker. So
Yes, I think it's an amazing stamp, and I'm amazed by the detail in those lines. They're so fine and beautiful that it looks fabulous. As soon as you stamp it, it looks great.
makes it easy, I think so. Somebody asked
Yeah.
Meghann if you designed any of the stamp sets or products in
Oh,
our new
no.
kit.
Oh
No, Meghann did not, but she designed an absolutely fantastic card in her video last night, and also when you see what she's making today, it's so cute.
Yes.
So
Yes, I design cards, not products. Although I do help design products with SCT for our one-day events. But that's a
right.
totally different thing. I don't draw it. I just give ideas. That's it.
well,
So,
you know,
yeah.
that's still designing in some aspects, right?
Yes, yes. Just the ideas.
So I'm going to use just about every single image in this set. I'm using the little bolt, I'm using the nail, I'm using the screw, and then I'm using all 4 tools.
Oh, that's cool. They're all so cute. I'm going to use the tools, the screw, and the bolt. I didn't even know. I was like, there are 2 screws, right? So, Deborah, the color that I just used was sea glass. And then, so up here is prickly pear, and then I did coral reef, and then sweet mango. And for my cools, I just used sea glass, and next I'm going to use powder blue, which I love this color. Love it.
I like powder blue too.
Yeah, I think it's so pretty. It's the
Powder
perfect
blue doesn't always get enough love from me. I just forget that I have it because
Yeah.
I tend to move more toward the turquoise colors. But whenever I do
Me too.
powder blue, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, why don't I use that all the time? All right, you can
Yes.
see how easy that's stamped and how you get all that really nice shading in there. You see all that shading that's in there already?
Great.
Yeah.
It's really great. Yeah, I colored mine with Olo markers.
Mm.
And it was just so fast to color
Yeah.
those and just give them a little pop of color. But even if you just stamped them with a color, they look fantastic.
I got some Olo markers, and I don't have them here, so I'm going to be using my Copic markers. They're at home, and I'm playing with them and learning a little bit about them. But they're a great marker.
They really are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really are. I love them. I think I was so overwhelmed by Copics that I didn't even know where to begin.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I tried Olo. And yeah, love them.
That's because you're young. When I started collecting markers, Olo wasn't even thought of yet.
No, right.
That was
right.
back when everybody was taking like Copic marker classes to become educators. I actually am
Yes.
certified to be a Copic marker educator, which is the funniest thing in the world because I don't know how to color. But I took the class and I got the certificate, so
That's cool.
hanging on my wall, making me look cool.
I love that. I love that. Just another tool in your tool belt, Gina.
Right?
Just another tool.
Ah, I like your
Yeah.
pun. I like your pun today.
Did you notice that? Did you notice?
Yeah.
I thought it was very clever of you to name it Floral Fix. I was like, oh, Gina, really?
Well,
Did you come up with that?
yeah, I did. Well,
That's awesome.
I'll be honest with you. I had no idea what to call it. And I was just like, what do I call it? What do I call it? And I actually put it into Chat GPT. And I said to Chat GPT, okay, give me a name for something that would have a combination of flowers and tools. And it came up with Floral Fix It.
Oh,
And I'm like, yeah, but... And then I thought, well, let's just drop the it, because Floral Fix, that's kind of a play on words. And for me,
Yeah.
I said it last night, I always need a floral fix every month. I need
Yes.
more flowers in my life. So
I love that. I think it's very cute and
So
clever.
ChatGPT got me on the path, and then I edited it to make it work. I'm using
Yes.
R24, which is called Prawn, if anybody follows along with Copic coloring, but I'm just going to color the handles of these pliers red. That's because
cute.
our pliers are red at home.
And I have a red screwdriver, so that's,
you do?
Yes. I had, like, since when you go, I don't know if when your girls went to college, if Tom made a toolbox for them. Did Tom do that?
I think that we did get them each a little toolbox, but of course, now everything is like you can get pink tools. I know Rena's tools were all pink. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my dad just gave me like extras from, what he had. And like so I've had the same red screwdriver for 20 plus years, right? Yeah.
So my screwdriver's yellow in our house, so.
That's cool.
But that's so sweet that your dad did that. That's cute.
Yeah, he did. He wanted me to be prepared. Did I ever use it? Probably not. But, it was there. It was there. I have all of my colors in. And so what I'm going to do now is use the exact same color to stamp the images over the top. Now, you could do this with an acrylic block and it would be faster. However, if you want to be sure that you get your images right, then you have to use your MISTI, just move it and stamp again. So I'm stamping 3 or 4 images in every block in the same color. So it's going to give a tone-on-tone effect, but because my blending is a little bit lighter, you're definitely going to be able to see those images.
And did you say you're doing them with a block or you're doing them with the MISTI?
I'm going to do them with the MISTI, just, because I'm live on the Gina K Designs channel. I don't want to mess up.
That's the fun of the Gina K Designs channel, is the messing up.
I'm going to do them with the MISTI. So all I'm going to do is just, as soon as I stamp, I will just wipe it once with a baby wipe and then wipe it with my finger and then move it. And I'm not overthinking the placement really, just putting it down and stamping again. But you kind of want to make them go in different directions, different angles, right?
Right.
But look how much they stand out, even using the same color.
Oh yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah.
That's kind of the beauty of ink blending, is you really can almost get a second color out of your ink pad by just doing a light blend versus that heavy blend.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys can see I am not doing any special shading at all, but look how it kind of looks shaded, the way that, black ink is just kind of picking up that color and giving it more of a shaded look. Now, I'm sure if somebody came along who knew how to use Copic markers, they would say, yeah, you think that looks shaded. Look what I can do. And I'm sure I'm going to see a lot of those cards from our amazing audience, because the people watching are so talented. They really are.
So talented.
So
I know.
talented.
I know. I watch the Facebook group. I see what's posted in there.
Right?
It's amazing.
And
Yeah.
I haven't been saying the colors. So I used R24, I used Y18, which is lightning yellow, and then I used E35, which is chamois. Now I'm using N1, which is neutral gray, and I'm just going to color in the parts of these tools that would kind of be like the silvery metal part.
Mm-hmm. With just gray.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go to my coral reef block here, and I'm going to use that little bolt, which I'm glad I know that is now called a bolt.
Yeah, I had to ask.
Yes, it's a bolt. Okay. Okay. Whatever IKEA calls it, that's kind of what I know. That's how I reference my tool names, right?
That's what IKEA calls it? I thought it would be
Well,
more like
I'm just thinking,
or
part number
Logan
500 and
Flugen or something.
Whatever. That's true. That's true. I didn't think of that.
Which means bolt.
You're right. You're right. So funny. And there's 475 in the package, right?
Yes, 475. You need 2. Oh my goodness.
I pretty much put together everything that's behind me, all of my pieces behind me by myself,
Go, girl.
I know. And sometimes it's really hard to like pick them up off the floor once you get them put together. But yeah, and I think I'm done now. We don't need any more furniture in this room.
You can do that because your dad gave you a toolbox when you were young.
Yes.
My dad did not give me a toolbox, so I always have to say, Tom, Can you put this
Yeah.
together for me?
So funny. Well, at least you have Tom there who's handy, right?
Yes, very handy.
Yes.
Right. My bug squisher. I remember one time Tom was going out of town on a business trip, and he was standing at the door, and I was like, oh, I'm going to miss you. And he's like, do you need anything else done before I leave? You need any bugs squished or anything moved?
So what would you do if Tom was gone and there was a bug? Would you vacuum it? Because that's what I do.
No, Tom and I, oh, I went outside the lines. So let me see if I can correct that with a colorless blender, because I heard you can do that.
Yes.
You could just rub the colorless blender in the area that you don't
alcohol,
want
I
it.
think.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's just alcohol.
And then it's supposed to go away. So we'll see. Tom and I have a special little piece of, it's not Tupperware, it's like Ziploc or whatever, in our house that is the bug catcher. And we catch all the bugs and we put them back outside.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Tom is like that. And so I started feeling guilty because I'm like, kill it. And Tom's like, no, it didn't do anything wrong. You know,
Right.
Tom is kind of that philosophy that, like, gosh, if I got caught by accident somewhere that I shouldn't have been, I would hope somebody would give me grace. And I'm like, oh my God. All right, so now I got to catch spiders.
I don't know. I can't catch spiders. Luckily we don't really have any other bugs in my house that I've had to deal with, but besides the spiders.
Yeah.
I'm not a spider kind of person. Not at
No,
all.
me
Look how
either.
cute those little bolts are. Did you ever think a bolt would be so cute?
When it comes to stamping, like the craziest
Right.
things are so adorable, right?
Absolutely.
So I just want to give everybody a quick little tip here. If you're new to Gina K Designs and you haven't seen our little mini die cutting machine before, this is our mini Intracut. Now, like all die cutting machines, a lot of these machines can be a little squirrely. So, you're using them and they kind of like turn like this when you're kind of cranking them through. If you have a grip mat of any kind of grip mat like this grip mat, if you put this down on your surface and then you put your machine on top of it, it makes it really secure. It doesn't shift all around and it makes it a little easier to use. So get your grip mat in on the die cutting action too.
That's such a good tip. When you first said that, I was like, oh my goodness, why didn't I think of that?
Doesn't it make a difference?
Yes. I love my mini Intracut though. I love it. It's so cute. And I even put it on my shelf behind me because it looks cute too. It's decoration.
I do too. It's like a cute little purse, isn't it?
It is. Yes, absolutely. I think it's so cute. Okay, so
okay. Mona said, I do not catch wasps. Mona, I guarantee you that would be one bug that we would not catch either.
Yeah, that's a no.
Probably, no.
Yeah, that's a no. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know where wasps came from, but they did not come from the same place that bees came from.
No. I agree with you there.
They're just jerks.
It's so true.
So I'm cutting out my little tools here one by one. I'm going to pop them all up. This card's going to have a lot of popped up stuff here. So
I feel like people are going to call this the bug episode or something because we've talked about tools and bugs. Masculine things.
Glad it's not a... Yeah, exactly. See?
Oh my goodness.
It's so funny.
Oh, these are cute. I love how these all look when they're all facing different directions. And it's almost like, you did your live, was it last week where you created like the pattern paper?
Yes.
And this is essentially what I'm doing, just on a much smaller scale, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Just kind of making it not look too patterned as far as, all facing the same direction. That movement really means so much. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is kind of like the entry level into creating your own pattern paper, because if it makes you a little nervous to cover an entire A2 sheet, then you can start out doing this and get some confidence, and then because this stamp set would create the cutest pattern paper for a card background. Oh
my gosh, it really would. And that'd be really good because everything that we did was very florally. These would be really cute little images for
exactly.
kind of more masculine cards too.
Yeah. So just turn them. I always like to think about creating triangles when I'm stamping. So you can kind of see here how I made a triangle in the middle of those pliers. I was like, what is that tool? It's a plier. So that's how I think of it. Yeah, make little triangles.
That's a good tip, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next I'm doing the hammer, and I'm going to powder blue. So I'm going back to my cool colors now. And we're going to throw some hammers in here.
I'm cutting my hammer at the same time.
Oh, we just got over 1,000 people watching. That's amazing.
Well, welcome everybody.
That's
awesome. Yeah, we're coming in from both YouTube and Facebook today. I don't know what happened to Twitch, so I apologize if some of you are here from Twitch wondering what happened to Twitch. Somehow my software got disconnected from Twitch, and even though I'm including it, it's not actually going live over there. So I've got to figure that out. So, but I think by now most of the people, even the ones that are watching on Twitch, kind of know that we're on YouTube too.
Right. They come to the other side.
Yep. They come to the YouTube side. Yeah, Facebook is fun to watch on, but something about YouTube, I don't know. I feel like the quality might be a little better of the video on YouTube.
I agree. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Candy just said thumbs up, friends. So thank you for saying that, Candy.
That's so nice, Candy. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, there's my nail, my first nail. Yeah, I like.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
Honestly, Meg, I was just filling the dead space.
Oh, okay.
I've learned from Tom.
You have. And it's hard when you have to say something, right?
Right. So, yes. Of course.
I'll share a little project, and I say little, it is little. I showed you already, Gina, but I cut out a ton of nails last night because I had an idea. And
oh my gosh.
It's quite a feat to cut out lots of little nails.
Guys, wait till you see what she made, though. It is the cutest thing ever. And you know, when it comes to like little sets like this, where you kind of cut and color little elements, honestly, to me, these are the things that I do when I don't have any mojo. It's like, I don't know what to make. So I'll pick a stamp set, I'll stamp and color a bunch of them, and then I'll just put them in a little container. And, you know, I used to use these all the time for my bits and pieces. This is a gum container from my Wrigley's Spearmint or Double Mint sugar-free gum. That's what this is. But a lot of people are like, oh, darn it, I don't chew gum. So I came up with this, and this is my little swatch card box that I use for my ThermoWeb swatch cards from my foils. And these are all the foil swatch cards in here that you can foil. But this box template is on our blog. And somebody's like, gosh, that looks really close to the same size. And they are. They're like the same exact size. Look at that.
Oh, that's so cute.
So what you could do is you could put a piece of cardstock on here and stamp out the images. And then make your box and make tons of images and just put them in here and store them. This way, when you need images, you know, you could have lots of these little boxes filled with flowers and tools and butterflies and bugs or whatever. You know, bugs. And it's a good thing to do when you don't have any mojo, or when you're going somewhere and you want to take something to keep your hands busy. I always envy the knitters and the crocheters because they can take their craft with them. But we can all take a stamp set or two and a little pack of colored pencils and a black ink pad, and we can make things too on the road. So
I like to color on the road for sure.
Me too.
I color on the road. My daughter and I both, you know, we'll print out printables or I'll stamp things, and we'll both color. And that's such a good idea to use that box. And if it were me, I would print out the image of the product and stick it on there just so I knew what set it was.
That's a great idea. Yeah, you can pull that right from the website.
Exactly. Yeah, I would do that. I use jewelry bags, the little jewelry bags that you can get from, Office Depot or whatever. You can get those. And I will pop my die cuts in, and then I can store them in the product packaging because they're nice and thin.
Yeah.
So I can keep whatever leftovers I have with the actual set so that when I go to pull it out, then sometimes I get surprised, and it's a happy surprise when you realize you already have things stamped and ready to go.
That's a great idea. No, it is a very happy surprise when you have been, you do the work up front and then you need a quick
Absolutely.
card. It's always such a blessing. Like, I need a card. And then you just reach in the box and you've got all these pre-cut flowers or whatever. It really makes a difference. All right, I'm going to stamp on here with a block. I know that's scary, Meg.
Oh, it's okay. You're the pro. I am not. So I know you can do it. I have full faith in you.
I don't know. There might be a few crooked things here and there, but that's all right, right? It's better than horrible.
Exactly. It's better than horrible. I'm going to my screwdriver down here with jelly bean green. So this is my last little postage section here.
It looks great what you're doing. It's so cute. I love
colors.
how colorful. Yeah.
Yes, I love the colors.
So I lost my postcards and more stamp set. Like in a day I lost it. I think I left it at home. So I'm going to use Spring Friends because Spring Friends has all these little like 2 cents, 10 cents, 50 cents, 5 cents, and it has Forever and First Class in it. And so I'm going to add some little postage elements to mine. Now, Meg and I were talking about this earlier, how, you can use postage die sets like this, not as postage stamps, just as kind of a cool grid, and I kind of feel like the postage edge is a little more masculine than like a scalloped edge.
Yes,
So if you want a decorative edge, this is kind of a great thing to use, even if you're not turning it into postage cards. But I'm going to make mine
postage. I didn't stamp any postage elements on mine.
No.
And I think it looks great.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. So I just like to have a little piece of cardstock when I'm stamping with a block. I like to have a little piece of cardstock close by just so that I can test the stamp and make sure that it's got enough ink on it and that it's stamping well before I actually stamp it on my my little panel here. So I just want to make sure that looks good, and it does. So let's go ahead and add this.
Should I do the reveal? Should I pull it back? It's so exciting.
Yes, I have to stop and watch. I have to watch the reveal.
Isn't it just it's just so validating when you pull this back and to see what it looks like. It's amazing. Okay, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
It's so cute.
Oh.
Isn't that cute? Thanks, Tom.
That's so satisfying.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's so me because it's just clean and colorful. White and color. It just makes me very happy. Very happy.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is pretty. It is pretty. But I still have some stamping to do because we need a sentiment for this one. Now, I kept it pretty simple with this one and just left, this on the background and then added a sentiment because you've already done, you've done your blending, you've done all your stamping here, but you could even stamp each of these tools in the same color if you wanted to pop them up, on the square so they could be sitting around the top of the card too, if you wanted to go that extra step.
Absolutely, yeah. That's so it's adorable. And
I love
that it's bright and fun, but the colors that you picked are just great for anybody, Well,
yeah, and I even said I posted it on my blog so that everybody could see the image of it when we went live. But I said this would be perfect for my husband. It would be perfect for my dad because he likes bright colors too. But it would also be perfect for my 4-year-old who loves tools and helping dad with the tools too. So it's just such a versatile set,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about that you definitely could make some really cute cards for kids.
For sure.
Because they have their little play tools.
Yes.
And
Yes.
my daughter Rena always preferred trucks. It's so funny because she is such a girly girl. Because she's a hairdresser and she always has her nails
Yes.
done, and she can't
She's
go out the house
perfect.
without her eyebrows
Yes.
and all of that.
Uh-huh.
But when she was little, she wouldn't be caught dead in any of that stuff. She always, and the toys that she would pick, if we went to the toy store and we said you can pick a toy, I don't think Rena ever owned a doll. Rena liked trucks, she liked airplanes, she liked horses, she liked all of the things that would be traditionally in the boy aisle. I don't know that they do that so much anymore now. They kind of mix things up, which is good because,
They do. Yeah.
Because
It
I
is
mean,
good.
girls drive trucks and boys cook. So really, we should be encouraging all of that. But
Absolutely. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
all right, I
But
put a little
my son has
forever on
power tools, and those are really
oh, how
loud.
cute!
Yeah, we can thank my parents for that one. That's what grandparents do. They buy the noisy things.
Hey, so that could be me someday buying the noisy
could.
things, right?
Yeah. Don't do it, Gina. Don't do it to your children.
Oh, come on.
Just remember what it was like when your parents did it to you.
Yep.
Yes.
Rena had a
Okay,
little
I'm gonna-
blender, I remember.
Did she?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cute.
yeah. She did like to cook. She loved
That's
to cook. So,
Love that.
yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do happy birthday on this one. I did one before that was a Father's Day one, so I'll show you guys that. But I'm going to do happy birthday on this one. It's a nice bright card for birthdays. Oh, I messed that one up.
That's all right. Thank God you
I
messed something
oversmushed.
up.
I messed it up. I
Well, that's
smushed
easy. You could stamp it again.
Exactly. Just
gonna-
stamping it again.
I'm going to put these right onto this, and then I'm going to pop the tools up, which will take an hour and a half, but that's all right.
How long were you expecting to be on, Gina?
It doesn't matter. Oh, my goodness.
It's so funny. I'm just seeing what people are saying. Let's see. What are people saying? I have threatened to buy my grands a drum set. Don't do it, Mary. Don't do it. I know you're trying to get back at your children, but don't do it.
Now, you know Tom's a musician, right?
Yes.
So that's the first thing he's going to buy our grandchildren
That's
someday is a drum set.
Yeah,
I think
a
it's
drum
great.
set. Well, I grew up with a musician as well, my dad, and so my brother got the guitars. We got the guitars.
Yep.
So the electric and the acoustic guitars. So
I'm all for it.
yeah.
They're not my kids, but I'm all for it.
Yep. We just have the viola in our house now. It's not too bad.
Oh, that's
Not too
nice. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's
It
not bad
is.
at all.
It is.
So here's my 4-up design.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And now I'm going to stamp and cut a greeting, and then I'm going to cut the master layouts panel for behind here. So let's see, what greeting should I use from the set? Which one did you use? You're doing
I'm
a
doing
birthday?
Happy Birthday, Uncle. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to do Being With You Fixes Everything because I'm going to pop mine right in the
That's really
center.
cute.
And I may end
Yeah.
up covering up this 5 cents, so I might stamp it up there instead. I didn't think it through, but I think that'll be okay.
Yeah,
We'll see how
sometimes
it
it's good
goes.
to figure out where you're going to put your sentiment, right? Because then then you'll change things. And sometimes what I do, this is a really good tip, when you get a new set, if you have, we were just talking about storing things. So if you stamp everything out, then you can play with it and move it around
Yes.
before you actually stamp it in the color that you want and do all that. So you always have like some spare sitting around and you can kind of test it out first.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been good for me to think about before I...
It's okay. We've all been there and just winged it, right?
Right.
Okay. So I am going to grab my dies. Let's see.
And Meg, when you're done today, if you
Yeah.
could send me some pictures of your cards, I would love
Absolutely.
to have some of those so that I can share them on my my YouTube channel too.
That'd be great. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. I'm the worst at this, is figuring out which die goes to what. I am so bad at it.
Yeah, you
There
know,
we go.
one little thing that I've noticed that helps me a lot with that is when I'm actually taking the dies out of the package and setting them up on the magnet, I take the time to figure out which is which, and I place them on the magnet in the same spots that they are on the stamp sheet.
Oh,
And then
that's a
that
good
makes
idea.
it a little easier. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
such a good idea.
not always good about cleaning up and putting them back that way, but
No, but the first time you put them on the magnet,
the
they're
first
right,
time.
right?
Yeah. So you can kind
Yeah.
of see I kind of did that here where I've got the hammer in the same
Oh, yeah.
spot and, you know, so like I
That's a
know
great
that
idea.
this one is the right one because it's in the same spot.
Look, I'm gonna just put my little intricate here on my grip mat, still in my MISTI, because why move it if you don't have to, right?
Right. Yeah.
Why move it? Okay, slapping this in there.
I'm going to cut this one out with the big intracut just because I need it for my master layouts too. So I almost popped off all my nails.
Oh, no, don't. Ouch. Okay. So I have Happy Birthday Uncle, and then I'm going to take Uncle and just use my spare paper here and cut that out 2 more times to give myself like a dimensional sentiment there.
So
Yeah,
I'm
Kelly,
using
the new mat is so good. I'm sorry, Gina.
I was just wanted to tell them I'm using my magnetic platform here today. I actually hadn't been using it for a while because I took the bottom part home, and you have to have the bottom part, like you have to have the 3-piece set in order to make it work, and I was trying to make it work with the wrong bottom platform. But what's nice about this is you don't have to put any tape on there because it's magnetic and it holds everything in place. And even with taping the designs down, you can still see, like, I didn't nail this one perfectly because it shifted just a little bit. It's a little wider on this side. But with the magnetic mat, it's so nice. Everything
Holds
just
it down
stays in
really
place.
tight then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yep.
Hi, Mary Ann N. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here, everybody. On the
Yes.
first Friends Day Wednesday, right?
Yes, Friends Day Wednesday.
I love it. I love it. I think you should make it a thing. It's
I
just
am going to
fun.
make it a thing. I don't know that we'll do it every Wednesday, but definitely when you come back, Meg, we'll have to do it on a Wednesday now.
Yes.
It's gonna
Well,
be
I
our
think you going live 2 days a week already. That's a lot, Gina. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy week this week too because I am going live again tomorrow. So that will be our 3rd live. And then Jennifer McGuire and I were talking about going live together on Friday. So I have to talk with her and see if that's still going to happen. But if that happens, that'll be 4 in a row.
That is a lot.
That's a lot, but it's okay. I think it's really fun. So I'm going to use Master Layouts 2, the stitched die, for my background panel. It's not 100% perfect for this particular die. Oh, what did I do here? But it's pretty close, and you know, it's probably most of you who have Master Layouts dies have number 2, and number 2 will fit pretty nicely here with 13. You can see how when I lay them together, I get a nice edge like that.
2 was my first Master Layouts purchase, and it's still probably my most used, my favorite.
It's kind of the one that, you know, if you're an A2 card maker, it's probably that or Master Layouts 1 if you don't like the stitches. Like some people like very, very clean and simple and they don't want the stitches. Those 2 are kind of the entry level into Master Layouts for A2 card makers.
Yeah, I love the stitches. Give me a stitched edge every single time. I will take it. Love
I
it.
do too.
Yeah.
I feel like it just, I don't know, finishes things off really nicely.
Absolutely, it
Yeah.
does. The other thing I love, I can't get enough of it. I know you love a black edge,
I do.
but I'm a navy girl. I love navy so much,
Mm.
and I think in the navy is so perfect. It's just the perfect navy.
Yeah, it's nice and dark. That's for sure. Well, I always think that
Kudos
like
to you.
navy, you know, a very, very dark brown, like dark chocolate. I don't know why I can't see right now straight. navy, dark chocolate, any of those are great substitutes for black if you're looking for something a little bit different. Maybe I have to get my head in the way. There we go.
Sometimes you just have to do it.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
A little bit tighter in here so you can see. I am doing a navy on navy panel because I'm just kind of obsessed with different layers. And I know that's a lot of cardstock being taken up, but I just think it looks so great. But if you didn't love that, you could always use another die and cut out the center of this panel that I just adhered to the A2 folded card base so that you weren't wasting, you know, so much of your navy cardstock. But
yeah, that navy is nice. That does look good.
It's
all
really
right.
good. Yeah.
So I'm going to cut some of my foam squares in half here, just because these are very, very thin little elements. So I'm going to do the hammer at the top with the nail. And then I'm going to do the wrench. See, I don't even know tool names. I'm like the...
I know. What is this
the
thing?
the bendy thing.
I like that. The bendy one.
The bendy one. The one that like clamps around the other thing and...
Yes.
Gosh.
I'll usually just show my husband that I need a tool that fits this. I'll just show him what I need it to fix or to do. Just give me the tool that
does
fits
this,
and I can do it. But just hand me the right tool, right?
I think I lost my nail. Did I lose my nail? How did I lose my nail? Did I not cut my nail?
Oh no.
Well, you know what? I think what I'll do is I'm going to move this then a little bit just to be safe in case I don't find the nail. Or
Okay, I'm going to stand up and so I can get this even. One tip I have, I always put my 2 forefingers underneath my card and I don't press down until I have it exactly lined up. And then I'll just gently press down with my fingernails still underneath of what I'm pressing down on until I know it's perfect, and then I'll remove them. And it works for me every time. But I love that just navy on navy with the stitched edge detail there.
Oh yeah, that looks great. I found my nail.
Sharp, doesn't it? Oh good.
Yeah.
You don't have to redo it.
Nope, I don't.
That's good. Look at it. Look at the color on that navy though. It's so pretty.
Yeah, that does look really good, Meg.
I love it. Yeah, love it. It just needs that warm, dark color behind it. You know, just a little bit warmer than black would be.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit warmer.
I'm
only
a little appalled.
Why?
I'm only a little appalled that you're not using black. Just kidding.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I shouldn't have been allowed to come on the channel. I had to have a 1/16 of an inch thin black line to be invited.
Come on.
I love your black line, Gina. I love it.
All right.
It's so you.
Okay.
It's perfect. Just a little PSA to everybody. I pretty much run out of your adhesive every 2 weeks. So if you all need to place a new order, just throw in some adhesive. Just go ahead and do it. Yeah.
It's not Gina K until she loses something. That's right, Carrie.
Oh my gosh, I lose stuff all the time.
All right, so now I did this.
You know what?
And maybe I shouldn't have done this. So maybe I'll put this sideways like that. And then I'll put this here. That'll work.
I'm going to put my sentiment down here in this bottom right corner. And I like doing that just because I think that I always gravitate to that bottom right corner, you know? So
yeah,
I just think it looks really good. Yeah. Oh gosh, Marianne thought it was your fingernail.
Oh, Marianne, no.
That would be bad.
That would be bad, yeah. No, I have all of those on still. They didn't pop off, but...
Yeah, other people thought that too.
No, I meant my nail that goes with the hammer.
That's so funny.
I remember one time I was live with Rena. You talk about because Meg and I talked a little beforehand, and I told her pretty much anything goes on this channel. I mean, people are used to me, so you can't, messing up is if you don't mess up at least once, then why are you even here?
Right.
And I remember one time Rena was on the channel, and her whole fingernail flew off, and
Oh gosh.
then she grabbed Connect glue, and she did a repair while we were still making cards.
Did
So
she really?
yeah.
That's amazing. Wow, that's under pressure thinking right there.
I'm sure it didn't last very
amazing.
long. Connect glue is great for cards.
Hey, but
I don't think so much for nails.
oh my gosh, you never know. Have you tried it? It might be
No,
really good.
I
Who
actually
knows?
haven't.
Who
I don't,
knows?
Carrie, I don't use the Olive and June glue. I use a glue called Curve Life, and it holds the nails on much better. It's a gel kind of glue. It's thicker. I don't have good luck with the Olive and June glue for the press-ons. For other things, it's good, but I really like the glue Curve Life. That's my favorite glue for fakey nails, press-on nails. And I like using glue as opposed to those tabs, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I have really short nails, and the tabs come up past the edge, and I get like dust and like dirt and everything under there, and it sticks to
yeah.
everything because that never really dries. So
No.
I
yeah.
like using like the little regular glue works better for me. I know not everybody likes it permanent like that, but
I did the press-on nails once with for Halloween nails, and they were really fun.
yeah, they are fun. They're super
Those are
fun.
good. Look how cute that is. I love that.
Meg, that looks adorable. Now, is this going to
Isn't it
get in the way of
cute?
my screwdriver? It is. I'm going to move this.
Now that's a really thick sentiment. Look how thick I made that. I made it 4 layers. I went a little bit extra on that one, but
I like it, though.
really cute.
I'm going
I
to
know.
put this down first. Go ahead.
And you have new embellishments, but I don't have them here. But those stars would be really cute.
Oh, they would
too,
be super
wouldn't they?
cute. Yeah, I think the stars are a nice alternative to just a regular glittery sequin. They're fun for birthday cards too. And I think they'd be
Yeah.
really cute for I'm going to go right over that.
That's cute. I love that.
And now I can put this in place here. I just needed to.
Oh, I love it. I
To
love where
see
you
where I
placed
was going.
everything too.
Not bad,
It's
right?
very cute.
Might move
Yeah,
this
it's
down
perfect.
just a little bit.
Oh, Christine, you have to get this set. It's so cute. There's so
Isn't
many
it
things
fun?
you can do with it. Yeah, there's so many things you can do.
And I'll tell you, a couple people were talking about like, well, I don't know if I necessarily want the tools. Like some people said, I don't really have anybody to send a tool card to. And they're thinking about waiting to get all the flower components separately. But Meg, I figured out last night how much the flower components with that embossing folder and everything are going to be if you get the stamp set, the die set, the embossing folder with the extra die, and the 5-piece coloring stencils. That's over $100 just for the flower part of the kit. And you can get the
my
whole
gosh.
kit with the Mr. Fix-It stamp and die set and that Frangipani Plumeria layering
Yes.
stencil for $59.95. So
That's
it's like,
amazing.
yeah.
Such a good value.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely get it. And then you could always see if you had a crafty friend, if you didn't come up with a way to use your tool, the tool Mr. Fix-It bundle, I'm sure you have a crafty friend who you can gift it to, you know?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the 2 cards. So this is the grandpa card that I made for Father's Day. And I just did the birthday one for my brother. So I don't think they'll know if they get the same card, right? They
No,
live in
they
2
won't.
different households. So
They won't know.
yeah. Isn't that cute?
They'll be fine with it.
I love them. Yeah, I love them. I just think it's so pretty and just clean, happy cards.
So my
I love it
card
yellow.
is not a Father's Day card. It's just a generic everyday card. I think it would be really cute also for an anniversary or, just even for a friend who is just always there for you. Like I could totally see us sending this to Catherine, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Being with you
Absolutely.
fixes everything because she's so awesome.
Yes.
Catherine from SCT. Okay, so That's the card that I made in today's episode, but I want to show you my little, in case you missed the release party, I did make another little card here that has nothing to do with postage. It's a little fun gatefold card. And I used our brick wall stencil, and I did a little wood graining on this side and then inside. So when it comes to being a great husband, you nailed it. And I did what you did with like, I already told him. He's like, I didn't see anything.
Don't look. That's so cute.
So that's another
it's
option.
Such a surprise.
It is.
Yeah.
And I'll
Should I show mine?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, now you have to show that extra little thing that you made. Because they're going to love it. They're going to love it.
I couldn't figure out which card to make today, but I wanted to go with the colors because I wanted to do some blending and everything. But this one still has a lot of color, but it's a little bit darker. So, I did the houndstooth background in the navy, in the navy. And look at how gorgeous that looks with tone on tone. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah. If you tilt it a little bit, I think they can see more of that background. Maybe tilt it up a little from the bottom.
Tilt it up like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could definitely see that pattern.
Go.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And I essentially did the same thing here by masking off. But on this card, you'll be really shocked to know that these two go together so well. But for anyone who has sending flowers, this mesh looks so great with the tools.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did ink blending, and then I stamped over the top with Sandy Beach using that mesh background, and it makes it look a little bit dirty almost.
I love
cool?
that. Yeah. It's nice because you're kind of mixing fabric looks there.
Yes, yeah. I don't know. It just looks really cool. It just makes it look more distressed, I would say. More distressed.
I love that card.
And then I colored these in with my Olo markers, and I did a little bit of shading, but didn't have to, obviously.
Well, you can you can definitely see the difference when you shade. Look at those pliers. Look at that bluish color that just making that shine pop. Very good, Meg. You're
light
good.
In the center. Thank you.
Oh, you're so talented.
This also, Sending Flowers, also has some sentiments that go really well with Mr. Fix-It. So for all you do, you're my favorite.
Oh, you're my favorite. Like, you're my favorite brother would be so cute.
Yeah.
Even if you only have one brother, that would be really funny, actually.
Yeah. So that's why I used For All You Do there, because I thought that's so perfect. So just see what else you have in your stash that would go with it. And then I have a little mini project. This is what kept me up last night because I had this idea, and I thought,
oh my gosh,
I just need to do a little shaker tag. And I don't know if you remember these, but the rainbow hearts embellishments.
Mm-hmm.
So I just picked out the white and the blue ones.
Oh my gosh.
I combined those with the micro disco ball sequins and nails.
That's so
Isn't
cute.
that cute?
Yes.
And then you nailed it.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that so much.
So I'll put that on my dad's present.
Yeah, you could hang that on a bottle of beer and he'd be happy, wouldn't he?
Exactly. I think there's a question.
Cute.
What did Carrie say? Carrie Goldstein had a question. I'm trying to go up to see. I think I missed it.
Let's see. Has Meghann ever used Ohuhu markers?
Oh, I haven't. No, I haven't tried those. Just my Olos. Yeah. I'll have to check those out.
Yeah. I think most alcohol markers would work, especially with a set like this. And if you're a crafter, more than an artist, and you're just looking for something that's going to color nice and smooth, Olo, Copic, both will work really, really well. But look at Meg's coloring compared to my little bit of drab coloring in there. I need to add a little spot of yellow or something in there to make that shine, but really pretty.
I did add the colors that I used. I linked, have everything on my blog post so that people can see what ink colors I used and what Olo marker colors I used too on my blog.
Okay, and I'll share your blog link in the description here so people can go and get more information. And then I'll share all the colors and everything that I used on my description on YouTube. Yeah, Meg, you did a great job. How cute.
Thank you.
Hey, Tom, can you come in and give us a word of the day? Everybody, we didn't do it last night, and then we've been chatting away, and we really want a word of the day. Do you mind?
A word of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 words of the day.
Okay.
They're not related to anything you're doing there.
Okay.
But we've recently had some alarms going off in the building, and they're fixing things. And so this is built on the word futile, which is defined as incapable of producing any useful results, pointless, futile. So when the public, power is going out and coming back at the most inopportune times, you have, of course, what are called futilities. And then
waiting for it. You kept us on
I know.
underhooks there.
similarly, when you have when you buy kitchen things, gadgets that you either never use or they just don't work, they are called futensils. Words of the day from the dead space. Great job today,
Good job,
ladies.
Tom.
I like,
Tom.
and futilities. I mean, when your internet is down, is that not a futility that you're paying for?
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Utensils. We all have a few of those, don't we?
Yes.
Utensils.
Oh gosh,
Oh,
Meg, this
funny.
was so much fun today.
It was. It was so great. And I have to say, I love this kit, Gina. There's just something in it for everyone. I think you did. Everybody should give Gina a clap emoji because you did a great job with this one. It's so
Aw.
fun. So
Well,
fun.
thank you. And thank you for sharing your fabulous talent with us every month. I mean,
you.
month after month, you hit home runs, and
Yeah.
we really appreciate
Thank
you
you.
being here. We have to give away a gift card. But before we
Yay.
do that, if you did like this video, and we sure hope that you did, if you wouldn't mind giving it a thumbs up, that would be amazing. We'd
Absolutely.
love a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And if you're new to the channel, we would love it if you would subscribe to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss another video. And then check my description here of this video so you can find Meg's channel, and you can do the same over there. And then
Thanks,
if you
Gina.
are new to Gina K Designs and you haven't joined our Facebook group yet, we'd love to have you over there. It's called Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. Just come on over and join. It's a place where we share our love of Gina K Designs products, and everybody shares such amazing projects. So it's a great place to find inspiration. And then a big shout out to Brianne Loveland. Brianne, thank you for being here week after week, live after live. She's so awesome.
She is awesome.
And she's been just sharing links, so it makes it easy for people to find the products that they want. But if you missed any of those links, you can always find everything that we used here on our website at ginakdesigns.com. All right, well, we're going to give away a $15 gift card, and those gift cards don't expire, so you can use them whenever you want. Tom is going to pick a winner. So you have a winner, Tom?
I do. Drum roll, please. Here we go. Today's winner is Barb Rule. Barb Rule.
Yay, Barb! Yay! Congratulations, Barb!
That's
Barb,
exciting.
all you have to do is send your name and email address to info@ginakdesigns.com, and we'll get that out to you. Well, Meghann, I hope you will join us again. Will you come back?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. I
All
love
right.
being with you. Tom, you're great too. Thank you guys so much for having me.
And thank you for being here. All right, everybody. Well, I will be back with Tom tomorrow at noon Central Time for another Stamp and Chat Live. We're going to be focusing on some silhouette stamping and that new cool stencil called something. Backgrounds. It's a background stencil. I don't even know the names of things. I will show it. Amazed at how easy it is to use and how cool the results are for silhouette stamping. So we're going to do that tomorrow, and we will be back next Thursday with our regular master layout series. And until then, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you all so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.